timer start,
Okay.
and then you're going to put it into the start. And as soon as you trigger a start from here, it'll shoot that start trigger over to the Gen 7 and it'll start the race.
Okay.
Your primary, which is what you're going to be plugging your touchpads into, and then you're going to have button A, which those push buttons that you have down there, they're going to plug into the primary, or button A. Back to the timer here, you're going to see 50-pin connectors. You're going to have your near end and you're going to have your far end. Both of these are near end, both of these are far end. This is lanes 11, 12, 11, 12. Depending on which end you're starting at, you're going to plug your on-deck harness into the corresponding 50-pin and clamp it down with these. And then I'll get your touchpads, your RJPs, and your championship start system connected to the timer.
Okay.
This is going to be used for meet management, so that high-tech program that you're talking about. We've got a USB to USB-A cable here. We're going to plug it into this and then into the laptop running high-tech meet manager. And then as far as running a meet goes, you're going to have your lanes here. You can add and subtract as many lanes as you want by going into settings, going into session, and selecting which lanes you would like. Here's going to be the timing for pretty much how you want to set up your race. You can end on even length count or odd length count. You can see your scoreboard settings here. Most of it will be controlled using DisplayLink, but for certain things, like if you want to switch around lanes up on the board, you're going to do that here. In session, this is where you're going to be importing your data from high-tech meet manager. So once you have high-tech meet manager in and you've got an SCV file all ready to go, you're going to import that file right here. In general, you have different modes, so different themes, I guess, depending on how you want your program to look. You've got a beeper volume here, which is just going to let this, so every time you get a touch, this will beep. Anytime anything happens, this will beep. Start, touch, end of a race. And then if you're needing to start the race from the Gen 7 software, there's going to be this little play button here, which is a manual start. And so when you start it, you can see that it's running. We're going to go back. Save the session. And then if, say, somebody misses a touch, right, because that happens a lot, you can add a touch here on this little plus, and it will show plus touch. If there was an extra touch, you can always minus a touch, just in case somebody steps on the pad or something happens. If you're wanting to finish arm, which is basically saying if a touch was missed and it's the last one, finish arm means that it's going to prepare the pad for that last touch of the race. And then if you'd like to skip heats or change events, so you set. Start. This is where you're going to do it. Here is your heat selection up here. And here is your event selection right here. You can skip your heats and you can click on this little arrow and select your event. All of this can be customized by you guys setting up your races however you like. Here's where you're going to be printing your race data if you would like to print it. Here's where all the race data is going to be stored. So once you finish a race, you're going to have race data in here that you can then import into meet management. You're going to have some quick settings, sessions, quick options. So this is going to allow to blank your board. So say if you're wanting to throw up an announcement up there or something, you can blank the board from the Gen 7 and have it. Yep. And then backstroke start reaction. You guys don't really have to deal with that. And then diagnostics. This is something that's really cool. So when you have everything set up, you can test it all right here before you start your meet and make sure that everything is up and working. You've got buttons A, B, and C, backup buttons C, B, A, and then you have touchpads on both sides for near and far. And this is what it will show if something is open, like it's constantly triggering, you're going to see open. If it's not sensing it, it's going to show this red here, and if it's got intermittent data, it's going to show this yellow. This green here, obviously everything's good, you're ready to go. It will show up on each one when you press it, so going through, pressing every button, all that fun stuff. Let's go over the championship start system. So this is going to be your start system for your race. You're going to have a switch here to turn on and off the strobe. And then on this side, this is where you're going to be plugging in your microphones. Something that we encounter a lot with is people will kind of halfway almost plug it all the way in, and it will, create a start. It keeps sensing that start. So if it keeps going off and off and off, it's probably not plugged in all the way. This is going to be for your auxiliary speaker. So over here, you'll see.
That's that same speaker we had over there.
Yep. So that extra speaker that you have, you're going to plug it into auxiliary speaker here, this yellow port, and then this will be the volume for it. This is going to be the volume for your microphones. And
Can
then,
we hook a different speaker into that if we had to?
as long as it's a banana plug, you should be able to, yes. Wall plate connection, we don't really have, it's not an index system. For external strobes, you have an external strobe port here, so if you decide to get more strobes, you can throw those on. Speed light, that's another thing. That's going to be, I believe, used for your RJPs. So whenever you trigger that start, it'll flash, and you can get your swimmers in the water. That kind of covers the championship start system. For RJPs, when you're plugging it in, you're going to see a red dot on the top. That red dot is going to match up to this red dot along the top there. You're going to line those up and push it in. If you're ever unplugging it, make sure to grab it by the housing of the connector to pull on it. If you pull on the cord, it can damage it and it might ruin your charger. One thing about charging, the championship start system down there is a lead acid battery, just like your car. If it sits for too long, doesn't have any use, doesn't get a charge, it will die, and you're going to need to get a new battery. So it does have a trickle charge system in it. So we recommend that you guys plug it in while it's not in use, and it will keep the battery at the level it's supposed to be.
That's that unit down there?
Yep, that unit down there. That's going to be what you use to start your swimmies. You can find replacement batteries on our website. We honestly just kind of tell you guys to go to like a battery supply store or Batteries Plus. They have them. You can find the information on what kind of battery on our website.
How long will the battery run on this car?
We recommend that you plug it in during the swim meets, because it's more of a if this loses power, it doesn't just shut off. Yeah.
So basically, the between swim meets, if we plug this in and that in, just in storage.
I would just run this off of the power supply. The backup battery in there is just as a backup, so if you lose power to the building,
Yeah.
yeah. But we do recommend that you run it off of that. For the demonstration, just run it off of that.
How long the lifespan is.
I'd say about an hour.
Well, I'm just saying, if we keep it charged, we like keep the battery lasting.
So this one isn't a lead acid, it's a lithium ion.
That was the one that's
That one's the lead acid, yeah. So this one you can store and it'll be fine. Is there any other questions? It's from when we started the race and we got that touch in. If you ever get a false start, you can always click up here, save and reset. Was this a false start? Let's say, yes, that was a false start. It'll erase all that data, it doesn't care about it anymore. If you're ever wanting to test your equipment before a race, you're going to have a diagnostic screen that you can access. It'll show touchpads near, far, backup buttons near, far. So I'm going to run down really quick. I'm going to press on the touchpad and I'm going to press the button and you're going to see them pop up with the green check mark up here.
Those ABC, what does those ABC stand for?
So those are your backup buttons, your backup button
Backup
A,
button.
backup button B,
Okay.
backup button C.
3 back.
So the console's replaced with that computer. So we need another computer.
Oh, wait, my bad. I forgot to start it. Start test. Me being forgetful.
We decided to do best in computers. Rather than buying new.
Yeah, one didn't have like the
No, it's the,
computers and they were old.
Yeah.
so he pushed the pets in, they picked the slot, and he took the slot.
Yeah.
See that? Yes.
So that's gonna be for all of the lanes that you set up with. You can test all your backup buttons. You can test all your touchpads. And if you encounter any errors, over here is a little legend of what those will mean, the different symbols that pop up. Let's get this test. Alright. As far as the RJPs go, when you start the race, so forgot to keep this one on there. There's going to be a harness. I just plugged it into the back of that speed light. So where it says speed light on the back of it, there's going to be a harness in that box that goes across all of the lanes. You're going to plug that into the back and then the RJPs into the I just had to plug it to the back to show that when you start it, it flashes.
Is the end, if we have another keyboards, that should be function the same if we have a touchpad on the other end?
Yes, so on the back here, you'll see that you have near end and far end.
Oh, I see.
So you can run a harness to your near end, you can run a harness to your far end, and you can have touchpads on both sides along with backup buttons on both sides.
So is the bottom and is the top and the bottom, they're gonna have the same function?
So they're the same function. So near end, this is going to be a near end and near end.
So you can
run-
also put it.
You can
either
even
way.
have a backup harness
Okay.
on each end as well.
Okay.
We do a far end, we need extension cables, so we have a cable.
It would have to come from the back of the timer and go to the.
Right.
But yeah, you can get an extension. I think we have a 50-foot extension. 50 pin.
Well, I think I have a 50.
Besides us.
I don't know what the rationale was. Yeah, I'm not sure what historically. I think we've done 2 or more in the past. And then I think it doesn't make that sound to be as well. So that's not so big deal. That's
Because of the timing system?
Because we are the best of it now.
I don't know. Yeah.
Sound system. Is there a way?
Because that's what I was
It's
asking.
got an audio out.
You should be able to do that outside.
This one, would you come with a stand?
It's got a stand.
Oh, you can buckle on those, under those 15-meter mark. Those poles, they have an adapter to buckle up on the poles. That way, standing. So the buckle on the poles is save your space. So either way, it's
Either
fine.
way, that's why it says like you can use this or you can use the sound system.
Sound system.
It's easier.
It's the same.
Easier
It's the
enough to
same.
hold it.
It's the same.
Yeah.
And you have,
So,
Oh, I see.
then you have those.
So they come with your touchpad.
yep, they come with the touchpad. So when you order touchpads, you'll always get one of these.
That's nice.
Just hopefully.
Hopefully, there's some.
Announcements. So, this is the championship start system. This is what you're going to be using to start your races. You're going to have a microphone that plugs into the front of it. You're going to have 2 buttons on the top. Both of them do the exact same thing, so don't get super confused. It's just for whether you want to use your thumb, finger, however people hold the microphone. You can talk into the microphone by holding down the side button. Check, 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 check. And if you want to start a race, you're going to have to hold down the side button and press one of the top buttons. And if you want to recall, hold it down and hold the button. And it will recall somewhere. So if there's like a false start or something goes wrong at the beginning of the race, you want to call them all back. That's how you're going to do it. It did just send a start signal up to the timer, so the timer is now currently running, and it is going to be running until the race finishes. And then we're going to come over here to the start pole. So now that the race has started, once a swimmer touches the touchpad, it's going to send a signal up there, so we'll go back up there here in a second, and you'll be able to see that signal. But say they missed that, you always have a backup button. If you have people standing by the edge of the pool, you see that they touched, it didn't trigger, press the button. It'll count another time if it's, I think, more than like, honestly, I can't remember, it's a second and a half or 2 seconds off. We'll flag it and say, hey, there's an error here, which time would you like to go with? Here is a tester for your touchpads. This is how you're going to be able to tell if they're still operational. Unhook this really quick. So there's a little red button at the bottom of this box. You're going to press that, it's going to turn on. After a certain amount of time, it's going to automatically turn off, save battery. You're just going to take the end of the touchpad, plug it in, and then this little bar right here, you'll be able to see when you get continuity. It does come with a hypodermic needle on the top of it for quick access storage. This hypodermic needle is used to either remove or fill the touchpad with air. There's a self-healing membrane here at the end of it. We're just gonna poke that in, and it comes with a pump. I forgot it over there, but you can either use it to remove or add air into it manually. we recommend once you get your touch pads, just put the hypodermic needle in there, leave it for 10 to 15 minutes, and it will kind of naturally set to the elevation that you're at.
And we'll do that today, so they'll already calibrate your punches.
Sweet.
So how would you know if you need to add or remove?
So you can do it just by kind of feeling around on the touchpad. So if you feel it right now, you'll feel that there's not really a whole lot of resistance there. So really any light touch is going to set this off. You'll feel just a little bit of a give. You can want a little bit of a give, but not too much where it's like coupling it out. So you're going to want just enough air to separate this from the membrane behind it. So that way you just give it a good push. Anywhere on the touchpad. So this whole face right here, even along the top edge right here, we have pressure sensitive membrane.
Any place.
Yep. Any place on the touchpad you can get a response from.
It's gonna give you a band-aid. It's gonna give you a band-aid.
Does the tester work for the pickles too?
Yes. Show that real quick. Basically, all this tester does is looks for continuity across. Yep.
So, and is that just on or off, or does it give you, if it's weak, does it give you a lower signal?
It's really just on and off. This is 5 volts. So what most of our stuff runs off. So the start signal is 5 volts. The touch signals are 5 volts. All runs on a 5-volt system. If it doesn't have that 5 volts, it will show that it's weaker. If it doesn't have 5 volts, it might not respond how you want it to. But
Is it just one of these testing units, or is there multiple of those?
I believe you just have one of those. Yeah,
You
just
just
one.
have one of those.
Yeah, just one of these with the touchpads that you guys got. You can get more off of our website if you use this. It breaks. Anything like that. It will automatically turn off if you use it. So.
Oh, I see.
Then you have those.
Yep.
So they come with your touchpad.
Yep, they come with the touchpad. So when you order touchpads, you'll always get one of these.
That's nice.
Hopefully, there's some.
So if we want to use both, we can do. I
So they
see.
stack on top of each other.
And is that another pickle off here, or is that
So-
just for the start?
This is the signal for the light to go off. This is the data that from the sensor on the pad, from the pressure pad. This,
Oh, is that plugged into something?
Yep,
Sorry,
so-
I thought it was a button.
no, so on the back of that championship start device, you see speed light. That's what this is going to plug into. I plugged it into the back just for demonstration of how it works, but there's a harness that you're going to lay out across that this plugs into.
So there are another harness.
You have another harness just like this, but just
For
for the
this.
speed lights.
So this one normally is if put down it's a street.
Where's the lights?
It's right here. This is going to be your light bar.
So this.
Yep, so these are the straps that you're going to assemble onto. This will sit on the edge of the
Yeah.
This one.
This is on the starting bar.
This is on the side.
Oh, this is on top of
Yes. It's got aqua grip on it, so it's very sturdy. We're not going to
Are they going to fit this?
Yeah, but
When do they?
I don't want to
As for the
start
renovation. New starting blocks are included in the renovation
So that's next year.
next year.
Okay. So these won't fit on those starting blocks.
Not right now.
So we don't want to use these this year.
You don't have to use those.
You're right. I'm just trying to